Did you know that Case and Huff and Schleter has been servicing customers in the tri-state area for nearly 100 years? As an independent insurance agency, they have the flexibility to find the right value for your business, farm, and personal insurance needs. Case and Huff and Schleter is a locally owned agency. Their agents and support team are ready to help. Give them a call or find them on Facebook. Case and Huff and Schleter, proud sponsor of the Muddy River News Business Spotlight. And welcome to the Muddy River News Business Spotlight. I'm Bob Goff. My guest today is Doug Dry with Rebel Pig over in Palmyra. Welcome.
Well, good morning.
Thanks for making it over here across the river, and probably took you away from a lot of cooking and smoking and getting stuff ready, right?
It's definitely been a busy morning, that's for sure.
I would assume that your business, when it comes to that sort of thing, is pretty much nonstop.
It really is. My first person usually shows up about 5 a.m., and we go morning to night, day in and day out. So.
And you're open 7 days a week, right?
5 days.
No, 5.
Actually, we're closed on Sundays and Mondays. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer, giving our team 2 days a week to regroup, relax, and have time for their families and stuff of that nature. So
that's the way to go. So what got you into the barbecue business in the first place?
To me, barbecue it's kind of a staple, and it represents friends, family, good food, good times, good people. I'm a huge fan of in general, just providing something like an amazing experience for families and friends and people to come out, have good food, and enjoy their times. Pretty much what got me into it.
And I thought, up until a few years ago, I'd always felt that our area was kind of a barbecue wasteland. But then you guys and some other folks came along, and there's some pretty decent options out there. But I got to say, if you're not the best, you're right up there. I really enjoy, the ribs and brisket and wings and stuff like that. That's what sort. Don't spill any secrets, obviously, but let's talk a little bit about the process of why your barbecue is so darn good.
So I think we have the old-fashioned style of smoking meats. I had actually bought a smoker from a gentleman here in Quincy. It's used to be a big tank, and it was converted into a custom-built smoker, and it's absolutely amazing. It's traditionally just charcoal and wood. There's no gas or anything, so we're as old-fashioned as you can get
Best
when
way
it comes
to do
to
it.
smoking. And we've had the same gentleman that's been doing our smoking for several years now. He loves doing it. He's there every morning and oftentimes night, and just goes nonstop. So I think consistency and the old-fashioned way of doing it has a lot to do.
Which wood do you generally go with?
I'm a huge fan of fruit wood. A lot of times we use apple and peach. Right now I actually have some pecan. I'm not a fan of the harder woods. We don't use a lot of the harder woods, but mainly fruit.
Yeah, I'm a big apple guy. I like to use a lot of that when I'm doing my smoking in my small tank in my backyard.
Sure.
So, and during the process, I've always felt that the toughest thing to do, and again, I'm not a professional, but I enjoy grilling and smoking a lot. I believe the toughest thing for me is always temperature regulation.
Sure.
You're making sure, okay, let's consistently be at that temperature. Do you find that a problem, or do you guys have it down to such a science you can get it up and it's steady Eddie?
When you smoke the old-fashioned way, I can't say there's always a science. When you go from 0 and windy to 100 degrees, and welcome to the Midwest, because day to day it's a challenge. And there's some days we may go through 60 pounds of charcoal. There's some days we may go through 20 pounds. Definitely living where we have the temperature can just changes so much when it comes to smoking meats.
And I know the time of year matters too, because you're out there in the wintertime, especially when if you're doing a holiday thing, you're trying to do the turkey outside, and it's always really tougher then. The summertime, it seems to be a little easier. It seems to be okay. You can hit that temperature and make it so, and you can just smoke all day. Now, the charcoal you use, you say you got the fruit wood mixed in. I assume you just go charcoal in bulk to make this happen, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much charcoal do you go through in like a month?
I buy it by the pallet. When we do charcoal, we buy like 6 pallets at a time. There's usually 40 bags per pallet, and we'll easily go through 100 bags a month.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It's a lot of charcoal.
And how long have you guys been around?
6 years. It'll be 6 years in June.
That's what I thought.
So we're real close to celebrating.
I thought it was around 5 years. So yeah, and again, it's something that when you have a niche like what you have, and trying to get people to enjoy it and develop that clientele. You talked about giving your staff a bit of a break on the 2 days a week when you're closed on Sundays and Mondays. Talk a little bit about your staff and what they do to make Rebel Pigs such a success.
I tell you, in my opinion, our staff is the magic behind our success. Like a lot of amazing companies out there, we have about 50, a little over 50 employees total. Many of my employees have been with me since day one when we opened. We just did a big deal, and we took our team to a Blues game. I rented a charter bus and took our whole entire staff down to see a Blues game in a suite, and it was absolutely amazing. We had the time of our life, and we reflected and talked about how many of them had been with me for 5 years and 6 years and 4 years, and it's super key with me. We're like a family. We love our customers. We love our team. We support each other. We constantly look for opportunities to grow together and to be better, and I think that's one of the biggest keys in our success.
And with a business like yours, I know staffing is very difficult. So when you find somebody good, you do want to keep them. And probably in the summertime help, you have a lot more people who come aboard, because I imagine summertime's a little busier when everybody wants to be out and about and busy. Talk about some of your people who come in the summer and also pitch in.
So we have, it's a combination. I have a lot of high school kids, obviously, that help out a little during the school year just because of sports and different things. And summertime rolls around. I tell you what, I have the best group of kids ever. They oftentimes work long hours. They pick up as much as they can. It's almost unheard of in today's world, but it's also amazing because we're super blessed with a great team. One of my favorite things when it comes to catering, I have a gal named Laura, and she's our catering manager. She actually has herself and a group of gals. They're all school teachers. The best thing ever for us. They're off all summer long. They're off every weekend. This summer alone, I think we booked 37 weddings.
Wow.
Most Saturdays. That's what's amazing about Laura and our catering team. They'll actually go out in teams of 2 or 3, and we'll send out teams. Like we're going to Kirksville and we're going to Quincy, and we've catered all the way down south. All the way as far as Sedalia. We've done caters in Sedalia. We went to St. Louis. These gals and guys that help out are, they're just amazing.
All right, back to the meat. That's the most important thing to me. So,
absolutely.
What do you find is the most difficult meat to cook properly and to cook well?
Oh, I think it's like most people. It's brisket.
Yeah, right.
Brisket's definitely the thing. Yeah.
I just can't, for the life of me. I go to your place or someplace else. It's like, oh, this is really good, but then mine, it's once every 3 times I might get it to where it's, man, this is really good. The rest of the time it's tough or whatever. What's the secret?
Low and slow and a lot of love. That's what I think. To me, I think with barbecue, simplicity goes a long way, and just having a passion for what you do and consistency, and it goes a long way. It's
the best one I did. I think it was 8 hours, and it's like, okay, I finally got it right. But then it's like, you're out there, and the way I do it, I want to have my tools and my beverage and all that stuff, and my wife's like, you're going to sit out here all day. I'm like, well, honey, it's got to be right. I've got to make sure the temperature's there. I've got to be out here the whole time. It's a nice day. I want to get this done. So when you're preparing a brisket, do you brisket every day?
A lot, yeah. It all depends on what we're doing. With catering and everything that comes, there's some weeks that we do 800, 900 pounds of pork butt. There's some weeks that we do several hundred pounds of brisket. The business, our patterns change so much because of catering. It's really unpredictable, but pretty much.
And when I was there, generally whenever I go someplace, the first thing I do is try the ribs. And I went to your place, and the ribs were were outstanding. I went with the extra sauce. I know a lot of guys like dry rub, but I just went with the sauce on it. And again, very tender. And again, the key to that is just low and slow, right?
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. With ribs, I think people get in a hurry on ribs. A really good rub or seasoning, and we've stuck since opening. We've done the same thing. We actually have our own blend that we use. At the restaurant we actually sell it. It's called Rebel Pig Specialty Blend. We sell our barbecue sauce bottled, and we sell our seasonings. And I mean, you just season the ribs. I love seasoning, so I put a lot of seasonings when I barbecue, and low and slow, and to me it's just perfect when you go to pull on that bone and they kind of pull straight off the rib, and they melt in your mouth. My mouth's watering now. That's where it's at.
And then of course from that you can also have your burn ends as well, and those things are great. And so you make you do your own spices and your own sauce, right?
Yep.
And that's part of the people when you talk about the process. Somebody's going to go get a bottle of Blues Hog or whatever. That's all well and good, but the best ones, I do my own spice blends. I'm going to be a little lazy and grab the Blues Hog or grab the whatever, but I try to do my own blends of seasonings as well. But when you guys and you guys have the different flavors of sauces too, and I think that's always, you want that variety, because someday somebody's going to be in the mood for the gold, or somebody's going to be in the mood for the hot or the spicy or whatever. So people realize that a business like yours, I mean, any restaurant is tough these days, but when you're doing things like you do and you want your own specialty brands and you want it done a certain way, you want your food to have a certain taste, correct? You want people to know, hey, this is Rebel Pig Barbecue.
Absolutely.
And that comes from a whole combination of just everything working together, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's even so much more than the barbecue. And I tell people this all the time. Like when our customers come in and eat, it's the barbecue with the loaded cheesy mashed potatoes with the homemade mac and cheese. It's pairing like a homemade bacon ranch pasta salad and coleslaw with your rack of baby back ribs and some freshly smoked brisket. It's so many things. A huge staple for us. We do a homemade honey cornbread, and people love the honey cornbread. And it's just how the complete meal comes together, and you walk out the door miserable and happy as can be, because what more do you want in life?
Last question, the best beer to have with Rebel Pig Barbecue.
Oh, that's easy. We have our very own Rebel Pig Ale.
Oh, wow.
Right there.
Nice.
And right there at our restaurant, and it's become a huge staple too. We actually brought that on about 3 months ago, and it's absolutely amazing. I tell you what, we sell so much of that beer, and people have absolutely fallen in love with it.
Brew your own too?
Huh?
Are you brewing it?
We don't brew our own. No. We partnered with a company here in Missouri, and they brew it for us.
Okay.
I would love to get into that too, but
You're busy enough.
Not currently.
All right. So again, location in Palmyra and your hours.
Yes. So we are located 119 South Main in Palmyra. We're just right across the street from the courthouse on Main Street. Our hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 to 8. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 9. And of course, we have Facebook, and we have a website to check out also.
All right. Well, now that you've made me hungry, I'll get over there as soon as I can. Doug Dry, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Representing nearly 20 A-rated insurance providers, Case & Huff & Schlieder caters to most any type of insurance. Business, farm, home, auto, and health for nearly 100 years. Their team of experienced professionals is second to none in providing coverage for your insurance needs. Case & Huff & Schlieder will find the most cost-effective solution to your business challenges, and with their experienced agents, they know how to navigate the insurance markets. 100 years, an agency built on service, no matter what side of the river you call home. Give them a call today or find them on Facebook. Case & Huff & Schlieder, peace of mind since 1923.